Good evening, palettes and mercs. Let me go ahead and get the TikTok stream going, and then we will see. We will see what we can get done. Other than that, this contract is done. I am pretty much done with this contract. So let's go live on TikTok. Perfect. Essentially, the goal is today for this contract is to finish up and do anything that's required to finish out this contract strong, good within the amount of time that we have. That's really just all we're doing today. Brace the darkness. Yes, we will be huddling in the darkness. Sorry, there is a lot of notifications here. Is that coming from down there? Yes, it is. Okay. So probably not my concern, but you never know. All right, let me pull up the TikTok chat and then we will... And as far as I know, TikTok doesn't have like a dedicated... Basically, the way I've been viewing chat is by just going to the page itself and just being like the stream itself and then kind of just watching it back, essentially. Probably a better way to do it, but I mean, at this point, I think we all know that I'm kind of a silly goose and I make do with what I've got until something better shows up. Super Saiyan Banana and Imperial, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? Fuses, welcome in on YouTube. How we doing? It is time to get this contract done. I don't care what it takes. We're finishing this today. I got my mod pack to work. Fantastic. Did you get the new mods you wanted, or was that just like, was that like... Okay, that makes sense. Finally, my favorite VTuber is online. Aw, thank you. Let us see here. The only things I couldn't get was create big cannons, create steam and rails. I mean, I don't know if I'd want to. I don't know if I would want to. I don't know if I'd want to play without this mods, considering the fact that I like big cannons and I cannot lie. Oh, nope, nope, nope. This is not good. I was not supposed to share the elevator. 026 bread. Grant Melody, welcome in on YouTube. How are we doing today? I'd have to re-download, downgrade to 1.18. Now, I'm not trying to re-download like 80 mods for that. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. Trying to re-download anything without fast internet connection is... Yep, I got roll caught because... but drywall, on the other hand, is better. What type of drywall you eating over here? You just plucking it off the wall like it's a nice crispy chip? Like, what are we doing over here? Morales, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? I'm using an Intel dual band wireless 2760N, so my internet on my laptop sucks. I mean, I feel like with wireless in general, did you have any success last night? Not particularly. Not particularly. So we got to Havel. Managed to beat him, but other than that, what is going on with my carry weight? It's probably that spear. It was in fact the spear. $20 of spear will definitely slow you down a little bit. So yeah, essentially we are doing anything and everything that we can that... I hate how the window for that... I hate how the window for this thing is like so small. Like, it looks like I'm dying over and over. Coda, welcome on TikTok. How are we doing today? But it's just that window for that lever is so small. I need the elevator back down in order to get to Dragon Slayer. Without that, I'm going the long way around, and that's going to be bad. General Kenobi, you are a bold one. I think we can take the elevator up. You might be able to send it back down. That's the idea, yeah. I just forget to sometimes, and then it causes me issues like this. I'm just forgetful sometimes, so it sucks, but at least I can do it if I remember to. Aren't we all? Ron, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? Alright, it is time for Dragon Slayer. See what you got. Hope. Doggone it, no. It's a good thing he did not go for the triple. Still not quite full health. Fairlinks, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? Yeah, the fountain seems to help, but the reach on that axe is just brutal. And if we're doing this, then you might as well switch back over to the crossbow. Noob Nuggets, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? My favorite boss in all the games, I can no-hit him. I wish I could say the same. Mostly because he's being a pain in my rear right now, and I need a win here. I need it bad. The only boss I can do that on, by the way. Love him. Robert and I think it was... Let's see, Ginger, the Strange Devil. Welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? Let's load up the crossbow. His armor is my brand armor. Gotcha. Let's see, Kurt. ATX Real, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? Yeah, we're doing about the same damage, but I can do it range, so... That and he can just two-shot me anyways, so... Always have silver or Lutheric Mask. Night City, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? The entirety of Night City is in the TikTok chat. We should be blessed here. That or completely cursed, but I'm not entirely sure. Watch out for dragon fireballs. I am all too aware of the flying meatballs. William Taylor, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? It's like cloudy with a chance of meatballs, but it's more dragon flavored. So instead of being like cloudy with a chance of meatballs, it's more like dragon tails or something. Philip, welcome in on YouTube. How are we doing today? Oh, for... Alright, chat, this one... Pilots, this one seems to be a little aggressive, this one. Big oof. Yeah, this one tends to send it a lot more than I would like. Probably don't need to read the next chat aloud. If you're wondering why I rolled off the edge, I was looking at Imperial's comment and I'm just like, no, I'm going to read this one aloud. Dragons? What if the dragons ain't good? And make them a batch. Imperial. Imperial. You of all people should not be able to make that joke. It's one of those moments where I'm like, there's three things going on in my head. Have I been a bad influence? I'm also I'm laughing on the inside. I'm also just kind of going, I don't know. I think it's just it. Well done, Imperial. Angel, welcome in on TikTok. How are you doing today? I've always been this way. He wasn't a bad influence. Well, I mean, I don't necessarily censor myself on here, but I feel like I'm a lot tamer than I could be sometimes. Angel, thank you for the like. Well, hello there. How are we doing today? Uh-oh. So yeah, we're basically just trying to finish up. Pleased to meet you. It's good to meet you too, Palette. I guess in this case, we're not necessarily doing much of that. More mercs in this particular side of things. Also, I took the I decided that I didn't want to have the MFD on screen today. I just want to see like what. Just trying to test things out. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Trying to. Dragon Slayer's trying to ruin that. Dragon Slayer over here is trying to ruin that. Forcing me to do cartwheels to escape his axe. Buddy, who's gonna pay for those walls? Not me. I mean, I guess the insurance will, but... Dragon Slayer, oh Dragon Slayer. He might have full coverage. Well, either way around it, I have full coverage on that damage, so... Michael Mayers, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? Yeah, either way, like, no matter what happens, like, this is... Alright, I might need an ember for this. That or we can get a little risky. So flint's ring, we're just gonna do that. So essentially what's going on here, Josh, Luna, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? So if you don't know what's going on here, changing up my strategy a little bit. So flint's ring, in exchange for getting rid of armor, which really isn't helping us much anyways, allows me to increase my attack. Christopher and Keller, welcome on TikTok. How are we doing today? So essentially, for dumping all the armor, which wasn't really helping us anyways, our attack gets upgraded to at least gets upgraded to, I want to say it's probably going to be 120, 130, most likely. Bruh, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? So we'll see. I'm not entirely sure. Fast roll might help too. I think we were at least... Yeah, you're right on that one. I think I started... Don't you start, like, fast rolling around under 50? I think it is. Jack, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? Okay, 111. Okay, I was right. 140. Luke says, good, get him. We are definitely trying. Ava, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? Luke, thank you for the likes on TikTok. Load the crossbow, please. I scream at myself trying to get past the metal man. So why are the people saying I should become femme? I mean, probably because you interact with that sort of... Probably because you interact with that sort of content, would be my guess. Again, that's just an educated guess, but like, I will say this, that is definitely your choice, and that's something you should have a long conversation with yourself about before you think about doing that sort of thing. You can't prove nothing. Nor do I want to. That's none of my business. But it's friends who I've spoken to a while saying I should be femme. Then I would probably take it with a grain of salt. I have 100... Not take it with a grain of salt, but, like, you know what I mean. Like, take it into consideration. I can't speak. I have 136 mods in my mod pack. fountain keeps taking my rounds. So, better attack, but fountain kept eating the bolts. Dexter fam, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? Oh, I was about to say, I do have the master, difficulty Titanfall 2 run. I have that entire run, like, ready to go. I just need to upload it. I'm going to try uploading it to speedrun.com to see if I can get on the leaderboard for that one, but I don't think I'll be doing that much more for in like the speedrunning side of things. I'll be unbanned from Roblox soon. It's good to hear. At least I'm not sure if I'm gonna do much more on stream besides like the charity event, right? And that Tiltify campaign is ready to go. If anybody wants to have a look at it, or just essentially be like, basically you have a feel for what, you have a feel for the, system, you have a feel for the company we're working with, just facilitate the charity event, because again, I don't want to deal with that. I'd rather they deal with it. I think it's Crimson Phantom and Gilly, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? You know what? I think I should be using flint string. I should be using flint string because flint string gives a slight bonus to damage on full health. Meaning that even if I make like a light attack with this thing, even if I made like a light attack, not critical, it might do a little bit more damage. Kim, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? All right, we're into phase 2. All right, we got incoming. That's a very strange iron rain you got there. Seems to work all the same though. Sounds like they're warming up the artillery. Stand by. Doesn't look like they have much effect, but still. I wish you would do that all the time. like just attack with 2 hands, that would be perfect. Archduke, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? Alright, took a little damage from the artillery. Could be nasty if we get hit, but get hit by a Dragon Slayer and then followed up by artillery. Otherwise, pretty standard damage. Meatballs. That is nasty. You did not have to do that. I don't know, I'm kind of getting a rhythm for this. And despite the artillery, right, the fountain seems to provide decent cover. Get that loaded. Yeah, I can even kind of bait out their artillery a little bit as well, so I just have to lock in. Other than that, ow. Other than that, I think we're in decent shape. I wish she would do a 2-handed attack. Perfect. Thank you. Look at that. Chat. He's a good boy. Doing as I ask. Oh, shoot. Ring around the rosies. Oh, yeah. Crazy. I mean, shoot. If I can compliment my enemy a little bit, and make him a little bit confused, it might throw him off his game. It's a legitimate strategy. Just as Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny would literally dress up as a girl to confuse, what was it, Edma Fudd? Eldemar Fudd? I'm not entirely sure. I'm bad with pronouncing names that I see on a regular basis. You think I'm gonna know that one? Come on. Do it. There we go. Dragon Slayer is no more. Good Boy is absurd. But I won, though. Let's go. Mercury, welcome in on YouTube. How are we doing today? Hello, just listen to Accorda by Sash, 1997. Respect Yourself by the Stapler Singers, 1972. Be Thankful for What You've Got. Trooper by Iron Maiden. I need to listen to Iron Maiden. I can definitely go for that after this. Side effect of one attack, being able to take one out. I listen to these songs and just clear my mind after one person spout nonsense. How long have you been streaming for? In total, I think I've been streaming since September 6th, I think. That's not a joke, by the way. I think that's when I started on YouTube. For TikTok, it's been like a month or two. I'm trying to like look it up real quick because I'm after like wondering myself when I started. Oldest, that would be 3 months ago. That was a Mech Warrior stream, by the way. It was so bad. It doesn't say, but yeah, it was like 3 months ago. I was playing Mech Warrior 3 for the debut stream. And if you're wondering, no, that was the 1.0 debut, which I've been meaning to bring back that model. It's the one person who keeps debating the lyrics and songs. Oh, those. Control plus L. Welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? I'm after tempted to press that combination just to see what it does, but I don't.
Well met, Ashen One.
The streamer side of me is wanting to press that combination of buttons, but the IT side of me is going, do not cite the ancient rituals to me. I was there when they were written. You think you can fool me with your tomfoolery? You think you can fool me with the likes of Alt F4? I just want to listen to music regardless of languages, lyrics, status, trends. A lot of that has been, I don't know, I think that's become a little bit more difficult recently, just because trends kind of dominate things recently. Alt F4 gives infinite health. I don't even know if Alt F4 would even work for this game. Let's see here. Do I want more faith and then just... I'm just gonna get more dexterity. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate songs with lyrics. Lyrics complement the song, but when you make the lyrics the focus at that point, sacrifices the music integrity, it's a red flag to me. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not that sort of content creator. Like, I'm not in the music industry, so I don't know. But isn't lyrics supposed to be like another part of the soup? Like, essentially, if you're making chicken noodle soup and you're like really focused on making the broth or maybe not the broth, maybe making sure that the chicken is cooked, giving it that focus to make sure that it's not like raw or something. When you put it into the soup, in this analogy, important to make sure that the overall soup is good, like making sure that your lyrics are good to go into a song. Do not Alt F4 bread soup. Yes, Zero, exactly. Bread soup.
Well, Matt, 'tis good to see ye in good health. What needs
Um,
smithing this day?
I want to say it's licks too. In my opinion, it depends a lot. Lord, lyrics tell good stories. An example of the me songs. I know it's kind of nerdy to be talking about video game OSs, but that's what comes to mind. I will tell you, this OS here, and that, like, I would say the Firelink Shrine from the first game, had the most impact on me and everyone else who has come to stream for a long time. If you like songs like that, you should listen to Patches of Violet. I don't particularly know what that song is, to be fair, so. Infuse. What do we got? So if I infuse it with simple gems, few controls. Let's see, we have the Chaos Gem, we have Lightning Gems, we have Dark Gem. I'm not sure what the twin princes are going to be. I'm not sure what they're going to be immune to.
I don't want to see my work squandered.
Ooh, Patches of Violet is great. I haven't listened to it, so I would have no idea on that one. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I didn't want to go there, but sure. Ray, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? I need embers desperately. Because, yes, I'm embered right now, but I either want to A, summon for the next boss fight, or next boss fights coming up. And B, I really just want to... I really just want to be able to have enough embers to just get through the next part of the game. So we're going to infuse that in a moment. I'm pretty sure that's just going to be... I'm pretty sure that's just going to be his axe. That or maybe his shield or something. It's from a game called Limbus Company. Gacha game, but the story's pretty good. Kind of surprised on the story element side of things, because most gacha games have, well, let's just say the story is a side piece to the... Let's just say it's usually a distraction from the distraction. AKA, there's only one reason you fired up that gacha game that day. Luke, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? He's not able to get the grips with the gameplay of Limbus. I'm surprised. Most of the gacha games are usually pretty simple. Yeah, I think the only reason Limbus has a story because the sequel of the other two are story-driven single-player games. Gotcha. Limbus gameplay is kind of weird. Yeah. Oh, we can get the Angel Knight thing. I'm not entirely sure. I cometh to thee in time of need, of great need, of embers. As a matter of fact, I should be wearing the, first off, I should be wearing the ring of want. The other thing is I should be wearing the serpent ring, I think. Both increase item discovery, or at least like soul. At least like soul discovery. So we should be able to, at the very least, we should be able to get more souls out of this. If we're going to be farming, we might as well farm efficiently. See what? Only in a Souls game will I miss two. Only in a Souls game will I completely miss a target twice. It gets to stab me, and then I just backstab it. Excuse me, sir. I am here in need of embers. Fudge. I don't think you had any embers. Let's see here. Ask Bonfire rested at. Yorza, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? Yeah, the gacha games are, at least the ones I've seen. Well, obviously you have the Yuma Ultima right now. That's like, I don't know why PETA decided to go after them. I really don't. I think it was a pretty interesting move on their part. I think that move was about the dumbest thing they could do, because again, they treat their horses very well and they just factually got it wrong. Because it's like they were essentially saying, oh, if a horse has an injury, that puts him out of the race for good. And it's like, it just, that isn't true, because horses can heal and get right back into the race, provided that decent recovery is good. PETA goes after anything for no good reason. I remember years ago, they were going after Pokemon. Yeah, I think they're done this time. I really do. Because I'm just like, how do you have a company after going after... So I'm just like, how do they even... They must have government money, right? Because I don't know specifically, right? But I'm just like, who the hell is supporting them at this point? I hope they are. Clasher, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? But yeah, it's like, I don't know how you go from... I don't know how you... I don't know how you... I don't know how you go from, like, point to point just bashing people for enjoying certain things and just, like... It reads like an Onion article. Except they forgot the punchline. The government... Imperial, we are not going there. It is too early. It is too early for that. Overkill, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? It is too early for that. It's okay, just... I don't like politics. If you don't like politics, it's a bad time altogether. Well, politics and just that sort of thing in general. I just... Give me a 6-foot spear to not touch that with. That's a nice spear you got there. Would be a shame if you just dropped it. Look at that, chat. Exactly. 1 ember. And if you're wondering, yes, it is a 4% drop rate. I would know because I looked at the intel and it said these things are extremely hard to find. Now, between that and... I think it's like the symbol of... I think it's a symbol of ambience. Between those two, you can get a better drop rate on that, but... So technically it's 4% times... It's 4% times the modifiers, which in my case is probably going to be like... At best, you're looking at 1 point... I want to say it's like 1 or 2 at most. So I'm looking at like 8 to 10% drop rate for embers. Kipling, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? There's a formula for it. Unfortunately, I don't speak math nerd, so I just speak mech nerd. Like I'm more into the IT side of things. If you ask me to do math, I will literally set fire to your abacus. Well, there was a Titanite shard at least. I found a bit over a stack of iron. Nice. Excuse you. Excuse you, sir. You did not have to... You did not have to ruin this outfit. I'm actually good with math. Mercury, considering the fact that you listen to a lot of classical music. I'm not. Well, I wouldn't say classical music, but like, older music of that variety. It would almost kind of track. It would almost kind of track because, and this is not me being like, this is not me being sarcastic or anything, by the way. I think there is a correlation in the type of media that one consumes, or I don't know, maybe in like the function of the brain, depending on what sort of media you consume. So what I'm saying is, he's getting a buff rather than a debuff from media, say like, oh, I don't know, Cocomelon. But that's a subject I don't want to get into. I was in classical music. Yeah. Mercury over here has a nice solid buff over here. I forget if there's any like actual... I forget like when those studies were done, but yeah. He would have a... they would have a buff over that. I'm not going to assume. That's my bad. Sergeant Foxy, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? Lag again. I'm always lagging in the brain. But if you're referring to the stream, I'm not entirely sure. Give me 1 second and I will have a look. Might be dropping frames, who knows? Yeah, it seems to be dropping frames. Mashiva, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? Kevin Torres, welcome in on, oh, Mashiva, welcome in on YouTube. Kevin Torres, welcome in on TikTok. I am losing the flash this week. Well, I just want to give every music genre a chance, regardless of language, trends, and status. I think there's a lot of music I would listen to. Yes, Mozart, Bach, I like them. Let's see here. I'm getting more Lothric Knight armor than I am almost anything else. At least we're gonna get good souls from selling them. So let's see here. 1 ember. Got a couple of Titanite shards. I've gotten several Lothric Knight shields. As if I needed any more, right? And I have 3 sets of the Lothric Knight armor, which... not complete sets, just the armor. I think I dropped something. Hold on. That would be a negatory. That would be a negatory on the armor. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and use stealth tactic here. And by stealth, I mean... By stealth, I mean lightning spear, go burr. Alright, they're gone. I'm gonna go ahead and get up here. Spoiled Milk, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? I am farming the glorious souls and embers. Mostly embers. I feel like going into the Grand Archives and kind of just having a look around might yield a better result than this, because that's 14,000 souls, and I've gotten like one. I've gotten one ember. Yeah, I think our best bet's gonna be. I think our best bet's gonna be going back to Firelink Shrine, selling some stuff, transposing the soul, and then making our way through the Grand Archives.
Well
Deadpool,
met,
welcome in on
Ashen
TikTok.
One.
How we doing today?
How may I be of service?
Looky there, another merc. Any marching band music on the list, like Liberty Bell? Yeah, I'm kind of wondering that myself, actually. I never really was much for the marching band, but you could catch me in the choir. You could definitely catch me there. 'Twas years ago, but I did enjoy that class quite a bit. Let's see here. I'm probably gonna need like 60 of these. Super Saiyan Banana, thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Was there anything else you had that was decent? I'm gonna sell a couple of things. 3 of those. Sell a couple copies of the armor. Shields as well. I'm gonna keep one on hand just in case. Other than that, I really don't think we had anything. We had 99 of the lightning bolts. Good to know.
Ashen One, be sure.
Good. I'm crying because I'm fighting Melania. I didn't know she had a second phase. Ooh. You got that second phase surprise. It's okay. I was gonna have to fight Sister Frida. I'm just like, I'm just sitting here going no. Like I might, I'm just like I'm going to beat the game. That is all I promise. That is all I promise. That is all I'm going to do. And that is that. Is there anything around here we can salvage? Tiny chunk. It's always good to explore the battlefield. Pilots. We're just leaving something at the front door over here? Like, what is this? Yeah, I can't beat her. You can't beat... You can't beat the boss yet. You'll just have to fall back. Reassess your equipment, what you have, what you could possibly need, and then afterwards, assess your tactics going into the battle. Hunter Turner, welcome in on YouTube. How goes the stream tonight? Well, we managed to beat Dragon Slayer, so pretty good, actually. Morale is going up, if only slightly. Let's see what we get. I think we got a Twinkling Titanite and some sort of crystal gem. That would make sense. Where are you going? Oh, you have a hot axe. Which doesn't really seem to do anything. Smiles, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? I see. You like to use a lot of magic, do ya? I don't like that. Dunk head and wax. I mean, sure, I guess. I don't know why I did that. It was just one of those things where it was like, at the time it sounded like a great idea, but now, I don't think that was a great idea. Laminate Hex, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? I'm gonna go after one of these. Are you kidding me? The angle of that spear is just not great. Mercs, if you ever want to go after something and there's multiple things you can pursue, make sure that you always prioritize one. Prioritize one target over all the others. And you want to do that because if you go chasing multiple targets, you'll A, either thin yourself out, or B, you will end up not destroying anything and, again, overwhelming yourself. Kiblin says, what happened to Dark Souls 3? Oh, this is Dark Souls 3. It's just, we're in the archives right now. Keep in mind, I'm gonna hop off for the night. You have a great night and a great stream. Thank you, Imperial. I appreciate it. I do appreciate Imperial. You have a good night. Okay, I need to back up. Your fireballs hit hard, but soon my spear will as well. All right. Well, salvage goes well. I think the wax ran out, though. I really don't want to deal with the shadowy hands, so seem to help with that. Shadow, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? Oh, there's a ladder here. Adam C, welcome in on YouTube. How are we doing today? Oh, hello. my... I have the crossbow. I'm doing 69 damage. Nice. I don't care what anyone says. That's going to be the funny number and not... Do I even dare invoke its ire? Like the Eye of Sauron? 6, 7. It's like, what are we... What is... And again, I try to keep up with my generation, right? Because sometimes even I don't know what's going on half the time. Okay, great, thanks. Thank you so very much. Even I try to figure out what's going on, and I'm just kind of sitting there going, dang, aimbot. Well, it is magic, so... It is magic. It makes sense. Like it says, yeah. I think it's Lux. But yeah, that would be the accursed number. And like, basically all I got was that it was basically like a jersey number, but it just kind of caught infamy, and that's all I can get from the internet on that one. Because again, I'm not trying to sit here being like, I don't know what my generation's doing. Crimson Wings, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate it. But I don't get that. It's so weird. And it's not weird in like the... It's not weird in the like... Some of the other memes might be, right? It's just more like... It's like, it's weird in the... I have no idea what... That was an effective strategy. Well done. Well done. It's just weird in the... I don't understand what is going on, and I can't... It's like an inside joke, except nobody tells you what the damn joke is after you've asked a billion times, and you're just kind of left standing there going, I feel weird. Because somebody gets the joke. Or at least pretends to get the joke. And just collectively, I think we went... I think we all collectively just went... 6'7" is inferior to 6'9", but it's better than 86. As somebody who's been in the restaurant industry a little bit, I can definitely appreciate that. To be fair, the place I worked at, it was like this mom and pop, like, theater, cafe, like, bar setup. So, definitely had a little bit of experience on all fronts. Although I say loosely that I've been in the restaurant industry because I think what flew for food there was I mean, don't get me wrong, we poured our heart and souls into that food, but sometimes I wondered what I kind of wonder if it flew the line between homemade food and restaurant quality. Does anyone actually know what it's reference to? That's what I'm saying. I looked it up and I'm just kind of accepted. That's exactly. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I just kind of accepted that 6-7 makes my monkey brain laugh without a good reason. That wax has to be so hot. Are you talking about 1967? No, Mercury. I wish we were. It's a reference to an internet meme. One of the new memes that has graced the internet because we couldn't have left it alone with what was it? Among Us. Among Us and Sus. How many of you just cringed at me saying that? And by the way, I did not say that seriously, but I think everybody in here just kind of cringed at how outdated those memes are. Because it's not like 5 years old at this point. JK Bowling, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? 67 has, 76 has a lot of my favorite songs. You don't have to be a star. Young Hearts Run Free. I care only about music, not memes. Well, the world is filled full of memes. Not sadly is one of them. But I think it kind of makes sense, actually, that I'm kind of wondering something. And hear me out. This is gonna be insane, right? This is gonna be a wild take, but I think it's pretty accurate. 6-7 doesn't mean the damn thing. It never did. 6-7 was developed as a result of all the brain rot over the period of COVID. And generally was just kind of like accepted by everyone. And then everybody with half a brain left just kind of went, what? Mercury fella really likes his music. Good for him. Good for him. Music is lit. Agreed. Music is lit. It's 7 a.m. Welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? Shoot. No. I kind of did that on purpose. I wanted to get down here so I could equip some armor. Probably should heal up before something just snags me. I'll go listen to those songs from 1976. Bye, everyone. You have a fantastic day, Mercury. We all live for music. Seeing those little guys running with giant swords makes me chuckle. They are pretty... They do get a good chuckle out of me as well. I'm gonna wield this gigantic sword and make your day absolutely horrible. Dragon Slayer Spear, I think. I need a bonfire and soon. You take care, Mercury. Oop, oop. Oh. Those inflict curse. I'm not sure I want to be back here. Actually, I'm going to make the executive decision to not be here anymore. Wouldn't you know it? I have to be somewhere else. Very far away from here. Get going, please. Don't fight that guy. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that would be the best decision here. Is there a bonfire here? Like, am I... Okay, I'm gonna start running because I think I'm pretty close to a bonfire. Let's see here. Me Big Shield is slamming into everything through that room. What are we thinking here, chat? Any intel on this area? Oh, for gargoyles ahead. Yep, I see that. Okay, backing up, backing up. Can I see him from here? Doesn't look like I can see him from here. I'm still gonna equip the knight's crossbow. Make ready. I'm assuming the bonfire, the invincible guy, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? I'm assuming that the bonfire is beyond the gargoyles, so... Making a run for it. Ow, that hurts, but nothing is going to stop me. Okay, onto this, traveling back. But yeah, I managed to get past him. Sure, onto this rooftop. I'm dead. I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Okay, so... Oh, that wasn't menacing at all. They also love to burn things. Yeah? So I noticed. Lancer, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? All right, so I'm basically thinking we just kind of run through this place as like fast as we can. I think it's Clegion. Welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? Channel your inner Sonic. Gotta go fast. I'm becoming toxic. I don't wanna though. I thought she would teleport by now. Why haven't you teleported? Did I miss like every single one of my... How did that do damage though? Did I go the wrong way? I think the answer to that is yes. Aren't you tanky? Oh, okay. This Wraithful Sloth. Welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? You are going to be a constant pest, aren't you? There, wizard. I'm just kind of looking around this place. Eating pudding is fun. Welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? Wonder if I take damage if... No, I'm immune while I'm getting all waxed up, so it's good to know at least. It's nice to know that I'm not going to take damage while I... Sorry for asking, but why are you putting wax on your head? So it seems to... It seems to ward off the, like, evil hands. Like, you see the hands, like, coming out of the books and whatnot. Wow. The hands don't curse you. They apply, like, some status effects. Like, one of them was bleeding. Oh, I see. Makes sense. Yeah, they apply some sort of status effect. And by putting wax on your head, the hands tend to leave you alone. Jared, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? Is there anything up here? There was not. Oh, there was something else here. Seems to be plenty of titanite chunks. Christian Stoltz, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? Yeah, unfortunately, this is the type of place that would... I think I did get stuck here for a while on my first playthrough. To be fair, this time I was using a magic build, which you really don't out magic. You really just don't out magic. You don't really out magic this place. You just kind of hope that you can get through this place. And I learned that the hard way. Oh, this chest is good. What we got? Titanite scales. And what do you have there, Crystal Lizard? So, what was that about not being cursed? Because I think that intel was wrong. Which, regardless of what this playthrough, I killed the crap out of everything in this tower. I just want to get through this place. I'll be real with you. I just want to leave. We're gonna have enough trouble with the twin princes at this point. Like, Verison, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? Again, I just want to leave. I just want to leave this tower. Vivid Alchemist, welcome in on YouTube. I am doing pretty good. I am just trying to make sure that I can get out of here. Grand Archives is not a place to be treaded lightly. So there was supposedly a bonfire on the... There was supposed to be a bonfire somewhere around here. Somewhere around here being the... optimal phrase you're looking for there. Well, I hate gargoyles. At least a curse has no lasting effect. I mean, that is true. Because in the first game, we get the undead shard. Nice. Because when you got cursed in the first game, it was an event, okay? When you got cursed, it was a disaster. You would essentially be sitting there trying to figure out how to atone for your mistakes, and oh hell no. Oh hell no. You can go right off with that. All right, so we have the shortcut unlocked. We have successfully completed the gauntlet, which means we can upgrade our flask and then Twin Princes.
Tis good. What needs me?
All right, E2 is being poopy and buffering a lot, so I need to dip. Have a great stream. Thank you.
Pretty big.
I'll try to figure out why it's doing this. I think I'm losing frames on my end, and at this point, I had to figure out for Streamlabs, but Streamlabs hasn't been working recently, so how I haven't been on Twitch for a little bit. I will look into that today, though. So at least if we have to continue on OBS or Streamlabs, whatever, which way we end up going, stream can at least be good. I love the gargoyles. They're so cute, warm, and cuddly. The sarcasm is strong with this one. I didn't send that back down, but you know what? If you want to go that way and wait for me down there when I inevitably die to one of these guys, because I want a little payback. Oh, you're a sorcerer. I was really hoping you would. was really hoping to have like a 1v1 duel. Yeah, I was really hoping to have a 1v1 duel, but unfortunately, that does not seem to be a thing I can do. Oh, there's number 2. Jeez. You hit like a tank. Alright. All 3 of them are down. YouTube is buffering a lot indeed. I don't know why. Yeah, we're definitely losing frames, unfortunately. Let's see here. Changed a few things. Hopefully it does something, but unfortunately, I don't think there's anything I can do while I'm live besides that. Yeah, I don't think there's much I can do while I'm live, and not entirely sure what's up with that. Anyways, isn't there a bonfire up here? I thought there was. Try right. What's up here? Well, there's a soul up here. Kaylee loves cats. Welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? Try ranged battle. Am I even gonna be able to hit the Actually, I don't even think that's worth my time necessarily. Okay, so we can get one more slab before... Jax, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? We can grab one more slab before... before we end the game here. In the game. We still have twin princes and... still have twin princes and then Lord of Cinder. And let me tell you, I'm not looking forward to the twin princes. They gave me a lot of trouble in my previous playthrough, and one way or another, they have to go down today.
Very well. Then touch the dark, take nourishment.
Okay. All right, well, that'll have to
Farewell,
do.
Ashen.
Oh, how may I be of service?
They're hilariously weak to fire.
Ashen one, be sure to bring.
Say it less.
Ah, 'tis good, wasn't he?
Say fucking less.
Pretty be careful.
As a matter of fact,
How?
let's see here.
Ashen one.
Okay, so now you might be thinking, wait, that's only a +9. How are you gonna make this work? There is another Titanite slab. We're gonna finally make that weapon a +10. There's a slab somewhere along this route. Should be on the right-hand side, down like an elevator shaft or something. We make the minute a +10, and then let's see, where is it? I have to be careful because these guys hit really hard. Okay, I don't know where this elevator goes, but I think this was supposed to go to the slab, but I'm not 100% sure. Lothric Castle. This is right outside Dragon Slayer. So you'd have to take 2 elevators to get up here. You'd have to take 2 elevators to get up here. But it does allow you to get past them a little quicker. I guess I'll send it back down. Oh, I am stuck. I am stuck here until I can free myself there. Perfect. But yeah, somewhere along the side of that area, there's supposed to be a slab, but apparently we just unlocked the shortcut. I don't know why it didn't work the first time, but did the second time. Treasure ahead. So it might be on this side then. Yeah, where is it? Where's that slab? Guts, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? It might be in that alcove over there. I thought it was at the Winged Knights. It could be. It could be. I'm not 100% sure, but I thought I'd gotten it here before. Titanite. Let's see. DS3. Titanite slab. Gabrielle, thank you for the likes on TikTok. I appreciate it. Let's see here. One can be found after activating the elevator outside the Lothric Prince's bonfire. Get in the elevator to the lower floor. Trigger the elevator to go up, jump out immediately. A different elevator will rise in its place. Ah. I see, I see. Okay. Let's see here. Thomas, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? I think the Winged Knights had like the Knight's Ring or whatever. I'm not 100% sure. The live runs real smooth on TikTok for some reason. Again, I think it's that OBS. Like TikTok automatically like adjusts settings to run like butter smooth. But as soon as you go to OBS, it just like you have to manually put in the settings, and for Streamlabs I was able to do that and like get it to work. But unfortunately it just hasn't worked since. You too? I think I might need to refresh. Unfortunately, it's my end. I'm just like, I don't even know what to do with it at this point. Dev Hill, Faith Revelation, welcome in. I think you followed the birdcage and then... Well, saying it would bring up another elevator and then... There it is. There it is, chat. Titanite slab has been acquired. I'll keep chatting through YouTube or watching through TikTok. Works well like that. I appreciate it. I'm either gonna get Streamlabs to work or I'll make sure that one of the two is fixed, because I hate the fact that I'm losing frames like that, and now I have to kind of deal with that. All right, so we are about to upgrade our spear to, let's see here, reinforced weapon. So let's see here. Bennett's spear. God level spear. Booyah. So the Bennett spear does 200 physical damage, 199, but still. And then 199 fire damage. Combine that with, say, Flint's ring or Lloyd's ring, and you have your myself a recipe for absolute destruction. Hopefully, because I'll be real, I don't really want to deal with these two that much. Alright, back to Lothric Castle then. So the reason we're going back here is you go through this area and then you go through the shortcut elevator. Pull the I'm not dealing with this again. Nope, you can't make me. I appreciate the fact that the elevator is supposed to be closer. So you take that elevator, then you take the other elevator up to like the boss room area. I just don't want to do that because I don't want to do that because it becomes really annoying to try to like get that elevator down there to stay down there. So I'd rather take a risk of getting hit on the way to the boss arena than to deal with anything like that. So we're just doing this. It might be a little rough, but at least I have to deal with one elevator that's in a neutral location instead of two elevators, one within a hostile area. Why not take you to the Dragon Slayer's room? It takes you right there. So I tried that, but then I have to deal with that other elevator, and it was frustrating me. So I would.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender. Welcome, unkindled one, purloiner of cinders. Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords, let it all fade into nothing.
Yes, that's the plan.
You've done quite enough. Now have your rest.
Oh, never mind. Oh, hello there. Okay, this teleportation is
This spot marks our grave, but you may rest here too, if you like.
I mean, I guess I can try that bonfire. I guess I can try that elevator. Damn. It does a decent amount of damage. I'm just kind of wondering if Yeah, I'm really wanting to, like, put some distance on there. The reason I didn't want to take this route is because I have to contend with this elevator over here, and well, sometimes have to deal with that. Matt, just one of the gamers. Welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? You know what's funny is I go and like try to update my tag, like go, oh yeah, this thing is amazing, and then I look at it. I really do. I go, like, it's good. It's just like, don't get me wrong, the spear is good. The fire spear at least. But I'm just kind of sitting there going, this spear just doesn't. I get reminded that I don't do well in close combat. By the way, sorry if it's a weird thing to ask, but where did you get your VTuber model? I think it looks neat. So, the one I'm currently using was by FimJ over on Fiverr. He was the artist for that one, and then the one previous to that would be Sam. She was also on Fiverr. Paid a pretty penny for it too. I think for all the animations and expressions I have, it was 500, or I think it was higher than that, but still, yeah, about 500. All said and done. I think if I can get the elevators to stay in one place, it could work.
But you may rest here too, if you like.
Damn pricey, but it's worth it. Oh, it is. It's definitely worth it. I've seen a lot of the VGem models go for, like, some of those like 3D models. Some of those 3D models go for like thousands though. It's insane. Once you get to that level though, it's definitely worth it. So, strategy for this one, right? He seems to want to move very close to me, and it's definitely not something that I really want him to do in the first place, so those are really hard to make though. I never got close to making mine from, well, I know the process is really technical. The full tracking body, one of those models, is crazy. I think there's a couple of VTubers I know who have that, but it's like I think Smugalana has like full tracking on her model, and it's just
Marks our grave, but you may rest here too, if you like.
teleporting around the place. Okay, yeah. Our enemy seems to have teleportation and really seems to love to use it. That boss does so much damage. It's not even the damage that's... It's not even the damage that has me concerned. It's the fact that he can just teleport. And the thing is, for a lot of the bosses, I've just been trying to create distance between us so I can take a shot, right? I can literally just take a shot at the boss and says innocently, sings. So you think you can stay all the way back there, huh? Apparently not. I just wanted to send the elevator back down. What do you... I just wanted to send it back down so that way I could grab it if I need it. Chat, I just wanted to send the elevator back down in case I need it. I'm just gonna go back up. I'm not even gonna bother with it. I can just call it down next time and it'll be fine. Be dandy. It'll be great. I'm just gonna leave it right there. So when I die in the next 2 seconds, right? Trying to learn some of the tactics. Can you just pull the switch, or is there one? I can pull the switch, it just... I don't know if that sends it back down, though. Oh, that's new.
This spot marks our grave, but you may rest here too, if you like.
So 2 things. I tried to dodge there. Apparently I didn't. Apparently I didn't. And the heavy crossbow does more damage than the spear does. To be fair, that's Lloyd's ring and the flint ring as well. Does wearing no armor have an advantage? Several. In my particular case, like I said, Flint's sword ring allows me to have full damage or more damage when HP is full. Flint's ring lowering my equipment load increases attack. So mine's currently at 21%, meaning that I get most of the damage from it. Also, I can fast roll if I don't have much equipment on me at the moment. However, that means I'm quite squishy, and probably, to be fair, I'd probably be squishy anyways. Why am I going back down? No. I didn't want to go down here. I just wanted to... Just wanted another attempt at Lothric. Hee hee, squishy. I mean... Yeah, it's a pretty bad... Trigger the elevator. Okay. I'm gonna see if there's anybody I can summon for this fight. Thought you broke it there. Honestly, knowing my luck, I could have broken it and I wouldn't have realized. There are no summon signs anywhere. Right, okay. Oh, apparently there was a dark spirit somewhere. Should be an NPC. Hopefully. Ow. Don't do that. That hurts. How is that even... What? How am I supposed to predict where you're supposed to be if you teleport every 5 seconds? Okay, so you can teleport to the same place and just kind of fake me out a little bit? That's cool, I guess. Become pincushion. I know I'm probably gonna die in phase 2, but I at least want to kill you. For all the... You can do it. We'll see. That's phase 1 down, but...
Oh, dear brother. I'm on my way. My brother. Unyielding sword of Lothric's prince. Rise if you would. For that is our curse.
I don't know how to feel about that, to be perfectly honest with you. That's kind of... I don't know, the tension there is not quite right. Oh, good. Magic spear. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. What the hell? Oof.
This spot marks our grave, but you may rest here too, if you like.
Okay. Sure. That's fine. Give me the fire spear. It's the last thing that I can think of that could work for this, because that plus the hornet ring flanking might work. But yeah, phase 2 resurrections and all that sort of fun stuff is coming our way very, very quickly. If it was just him, it would have been fine, but no. But no, we have Lothric, the younger prince, to deal with. Which, I don't think it was too bad altogether, but for me, it's just the teleportation nonsense kind of. I went down the elevator, not up, and just... Yep, is definitely that kind of day. Is that kind of day, chat. Is that type of day when you just get absolutely swarmed by a teleporting boss. Keep in mind, Dark Souls 1 had a server like that. DS1 boss gave up on the game, not gonna lie, these aren't for me. DS1... See, here's the thing. Dark Souls 1, I can do challenge runs for. I could do challenge runs for it. Like, I could legitimately beat it. I could beat it front to back and have almost no issue. Like, sure, yeah, some days you're going to have a few issues with little bits of RNG here and there, but honestly, it's a small and tight enough game to where it's like, it's kind of compact enough for you to do that. This is just... Crimson Wings, thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Not gonna lie, Spear's not for me. Daggum. Yep, this is approaching unbeatable territory very quickly. Because you see, the problem is that Dark Souls 1, you would basically have, you could get away with almost any build that you wanted to, right? DS3, I would say, I don't know if a casual player could get away with some builds. Elevator. Oh, did I not send it back down? Shoot. That, I'm just like... DS1 was kind of fun, but the Golden Knight duo was just impossible for me to beat. Oh, ONS, they're... So here's the thing. Fire up DS1 magic builds. You will not have a problem with you will not have a problem with them anymore if you invest into a magic build, like almost pure magic, and then kill Ornstein first, and then Smo, like kill the sphere one first, and then worry about the hammer, and just kind of... Well, my controller died. Should have tried something like that, because I was using the greatsword and getting ganged up on. Yeah, and again, I'm not saying, like, that should be your only run, but, like, at the same time, if you're struggling with a build, like, if you're struggling to beat the game in the first place, then I would start there, and then if you want to, you can work your way to that. My battery is dead. Well, fudge. I wasn't expecting this. Give me just a second, chat. I'm trying to figure out what I can... How is that turning the camera? There we go. Oh, this is gonna be fun. He seems to get more clumsy when it's just him. I think it's more like highlighted. Sorry. Not trying to make anyone violently ill or anything. I'm just trying to move this thing. Ah, yes, you teleported 5 feet this way. Ow. It's like Amazon Prime if they delivered ass kickings. I'm sure if they could get away with it legally, they would. I guess they do to some extent. They do sell paddles. You just gotta supply the... You just gotta apply the anger and energy yourself.
Marks our way, but you may rest here too, if you like.
Yeah, I just might. I just might. Rarely have I failed a contract outright on stream. It's happened like, I thought it's some time ago. Rarely have I failed a contract on stream. It has happened once. Got me with Amazon, caught them throwing my package instead of settling it down. That sounds about right. Sounds about right. Although that is like 90% of, that is like 90% of people who deliver mail. It's so weird how package delivery functions in the US. So here's the thing, right? 90% of essential services are run by people who are tired, overworked, and underpaid. Because again, most of the time, and this is not me being political when I say this, the government generally has a fear of socialism. And again, that's not me talking politics, that's me just saying how it is. So you have essential services, and I consider packages and whatnot essential services, right? Because you need to get mail back and forth. And it's run by people who are just underpaid. Like, especially like the post office and whatnot, which is like 90% of where mail is sorted through. So at the end of the day, they're just going to resort to throwing your package out the window and going, good enough, and keep on going. So they've got 1 billion other packages to deliver, while Blackwell's making billions of dollars off the backs of people. So here in Brazil, they need to deliver your package to your hands unless you have some type of box where you can drop the item off safely. They have to wait for you to be home or something like that. Even if I have fragile all over it. Oh yeah, they don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, they don't care. Like, again, it's not that they don't necessarily care. It's just at that point, it's like, oh, you're just gonna teleport from the ceiling?
This spot marks our grave, but you may rest here too, if you like.
Yeah, no, especially if it had fragile written all over it, essentially they would Be like, yeah, that's cute. And then just proceed to toss it anyways. Because it's like, most of your essential workers are going to be like most of those types of workers, they make 40,000 a year. Which is, to put that into perspective for you, the United States government cuts off all programs, like any sort of financial programs, at about 80,000. The United States government considers 80,000 to be poor. So if you're wondering why a lot of those people act that way, like it's like they don't seem to care at all. Well, it's mostly because they're overworked and not appreciated, especially the teachers. I just don't even know how they deal with that. Mark, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? I'm wondering if there's some item that I could use to like keep him from teleporting. Like there's got to be something in my strategy that is going wrong here. That's allowing him to have free reign like this. Because I look at this boss and I go, it seems extremely hard, but it is like a late game boss, so it's like, maybe it was designed to be like this. Like, is there any way to turn off the teleportation? Like, usually it has some sort of gimmick to it. The damage is punishing as hell. All the hits seem to be hard to dodge. I don't know. Like, again, the teleportation is what gets to me. It's like, it seems like I'm playing a harder version of the boss I was meant to. Like, if you remember, I don't know if anybody does, but DS1, you had the Gaping Dragon, where if you kept the wizard alive for that fight, it would buff the wizard, or buff the dragon, making it a harder foe to fight. And I feel like there's something here that's like, I feel like there's something, like it may just be the young prince and that's just gonna be that. I tried to send it back down so I didn't have to wait for it later, but that's okay. I wonder if I could rip controller. Yeah, the controller kind of got... Controller kind of died. Alright, well, I'm gonna see if I can be summoned for this fight, like... Check platforms outside for the NPC. At least it wasn't a... should be one on the right. I'm not seeing anything. I'm also not seeing the dark spirit either. Next to the stairs. Well, I'm gonna wait for him to... I'm gonna wait for him to pass, and then we go back in. Now the right one after he leaves. Okay, he's not there. Yeah, for some reason he's not here right now. I'm not entirely sure why. It's a mage NPC. We did fight a mage earlier. Like a human mage, so... Not here, but lower towards the, towards this area. Phantom required head. I mean, we're gonna see if we can get summoned for this fight. I just... Are my settings good for this? Because I... Let's see here. I'm restricted. Online play. Is there anything that I can do to, like... I'm more or less just trying to see if I can get summoned for a... boss fight, or like... I don't know. Maybe we should just try it. So I don't think he was... Fortunately, I don't think anybody's gonna be online. Oh, that's not gonna be good. By the way, did you ever check out Rebel Galaxy? Not yet, but I will. Jess, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? Ow. Ow. Could you not? Load the crossbow, please. It'd be comical if it wasn't so sad.
This spot marks our grave, but you may rest here too, if you like.
What do I even... I'm sorry, but your owls are so cute sounding. I'm glad that chat is enjoying my suffering. Genuinely, actually. Alright, so we're gonna load this up with more lightning. Imagine the fact of guy could walk instead of... I don't want to imagine that. As a matter of fact, I am trying to block that image from my head. As a matter of fact, Lux too, I don't want that to happen. Super Saiyan Banana, welcome back in on TikTok. How we doing? According to legend, he was able to fully walk and he could rival the Lord of Cinder. New boss moment. There's been a lot of bosses. We're trying to take on the twin princes right now. Which, keep in mind, if... like, Lord of Cinder is going to be easier than this. Like, if we can get to Lord of Cinder, then... I wonder if there's a skip for this. Like, I doubt we'd have, like, a kiln skip sort of situation, but... for those of you who don't know, Dark Souls 1, you can essentially just... you can essentially skip, like, 90% of the game, or I'd say 60%, by fighting your way all the way to ONS, killing them, getting the Lord's Stone, and then you go down, you place the Lord's Stone and all that after you've rung the 2 bells of awakening. And if you warp out of there, and then it's like you close your game at the right time, like 3 frames into the game, you can essentially be warped into a new location, into the kiln of the last flame, of the first flame, excuse me, instead of being sent back to Firelink Shrine. Wonder if you can shoot Lothric. I'm not sure. Aiden Pop, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? It's one hell of a speedrun strat. It is. No, it's fantastic because you don't have to kill the four lords. I guess. You know what's funny is these are basically the same games because there's the 4 lords you have to kill in order to get the souls that you need in order to get to the first kiln, the kiln of the first flame, and then either replace them or do whatever. Ray, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? I'm gonna say no. He appears to be out of range. Lord of Cinder is supposed to represent your Dark Souls character, isn't he? I think so, at least to some extent. All right. Well, that was phase 1. That's right. Just crawl slowly forward. Teleporting in from the ceiling is crazy. Crazy work. How are you about to tell me light bulbs do so much damage? You can always put armor back on, take it for the run back, and then take it off for the fight. That's true. That is, you were absolutely right about that, Banana. We should probably do that. That is a good strat. You're chunky with those arrows. The thing is that while he might be dying pretty quickly, the lightning bolts do a fair amount of damage. It just... I can't really aim for his brother, and then afterwards it's just like, what do you do after that? So I'm basically supposed to kill him. So here's my question. Reduces undead curse buildup and cures hollowing. See, I don't know. I kind of liked the curse effect in Dark Souls. At least the first one, where it was like, if you got cursed, you were like, you were dead, and you also had to remove the curse. Essentially, it was like a permanent part of your character until you got it removed. I think it would be a little frustrating for Dark Souls 3 because there's like enough of the shenanigans going on like that. If you go hollow, you can go hollow if you interacted with the NPC early in the game and did his quest line. I'll be real, I haven't really talked to that many of the NPCs. Beyond like the firekeeper and whatnot. Like for the dark ending, I should say. It's for an ending, so it's nothing too crazy. I can't believe I survived that. One of those guys with a shout. Yep. Girthy Vixen, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? It's a crazy username, but I gotta be real. I got one or two more of these in me before I just see if there's a skip or something. Just Dapper, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? I appreciate Crimson Wings. Thank you. Did we send the elevator down before? We didn't. Okay. If I could summon for this fight, it'd be a lot easier, but I didn't see any. Yeah, I didn't see any summon signs before, and we'll just keep trying it. Yes, please just stand there for me. Yeah, I'm definitely resting there. That cheeky boy. I just again, I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but like cuz like I can beat the I can beat him and then he gets the younger prince involved. Once you get the moveset down, you got it in the bag. I mean, I suppose you're right on that one. Is just I jumped I didn't think the elevator would come back down. It's weird that you can't find any signs. He's one of the favorite bosses people like to fight. You have the damage for it. I think the damage numbers are there for sure, but I can't damage. You have to be embered to summon. I know I don't have any embers at the moment, so. Also, there wasn't any summon signs there anywho, so. At least I was. Hollowing is not supposed to be a normal condition in DS3. When I say hollow, I mean more like when I say hollow, I just mean not like I'm referring to like I'm referring to it in DS1 terms, but essentially it's like I don't have a ember or humanity popped, whatever you'd like to call it. Hollowing is the default condition DS1. You can tell I'm a Souls you can tell I have more experience with Dark Souls 1 than I do this. Because like I will always like refer to it in those terms. It might not be right, but it's like that's what I go by. All right. Well, I mean, embers again in order to summon to make this boss fight a little easier. Who drops these? Who drops these easier? Let's see here. General. I don't even have the energy to. Don't even have the energy for it right now. I would say some, but no. I just that's not it. I need consumables. How do we not have embers on this list? I guess, multiplayer items. Ember mini see item description. Well, that's kind of what I'm looking for here. You can try plowing down your sign if you're willing to assist others. I tried that for a little bit, but it's like I just wasn't really getting anybody. Rarely dropped by Black Knights. Dropped by the Swordsman. So how rare are we talking from these guys? 3%. So when you say rarely dropped, what's the probability is higher at 5%. So essentially we're looking at, if we want to farm these, the best chance we're going to have is best chance we're going to get is where the dancer find coins to increase item find. That's true. DS3 isn't too populated these days, so I understand. Not trying to farm. Yeah, it's just I would. Like, totally, it would be awesome if I could just help people, but it's not really populated all that much anymore. I went over to Erlondo trying to like. I was simply just trying to. I was simply just trying to see who was on, like, trying to invade to see if I could find a fight club or something. Crickets. I got crickets. Kill a mimic to get their head and really increase your item discovery. That's true too. Dang, you one-shot at him. Yeah, the dragon spear is powerful. I just don't use it in combat that much because I prefer the crossbow. Because the crossbow is range and whatnot. James Hogan and on TikTok, how are we doing today? Yeah, I usually prefer the crossbow. Unless I'm inverted, I can't summon. Yep. And not that it would matter anyways, because we tried checking the area and I didn't see any summon signs in the area. But I'm willing to go through and see if I can get a couple of embers and then either just kind of wait to see if somebody gets summoned or if see if somebody's available to summon or if I can be summoned. Crossbow is unconventional but cool since most people play great swords of magic. I think the crossbow is like severely underappreciated because like I played through Dark Souls 1 with it and I was just like, People are like, oh, the crossbow is terrible. And to be fair, if you're trying to use the sniper crossbow, good luck, because the sniper crossbow, oh boy, it's bad. Like, again, you can make it good. It's just the time that it takes to, like, bring it to bear fire. I would rather use a heavy crossbow. Heavy crossbow or the Avalon. Like, by the time you're going to that effort, you might as well just... You might as well just not bother with the sniper crossbow. That's me, magic and big weapons. DS games can become very exhausting when you get stuck in a certain area of bosses. Remember when these guys actually put up a challenge? Yeah, they did. To be fair, hey, there's one ember. Time to mod in a mech into the game so that way you can just missile silo all the... I would love that. And I'm pretty sure there is a mod for Elden Ring where you can do just that. You can turn into a fighter jet. Or tank. Orbital strike. I am ready. Yeah, I know Elden Ring at least has that sort of mod. And it would be interesting just to play through with that. Like, just to mess around with it. But what I would give to have Encore right now. If you don't know what Encore is a glitch with the... Technically it's a Brute Titan, but it's a combination of the Brute Scorched Titan where you just have unlimited missile barrage. And I explain that as if nobody's heard it before, because I realize that there might be some lurkers over YouTube and TikTok chat. Not calling you out directly. Just more trying to point that out and make sure that everybody kind of understands where my mind is going. What is going on in it, because sometimes it can be a bit of a mess. Midnight Cargo, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? Because sometimes my brain can be an amalgamation of useless knowledge and trivia that not everybody understands at first. But given enough time and tempo, you probably understand 90% of what's going through there. I say 90 because nobody can fully understand the depths of that. But I figure if I have an ember, I might try, like... No. I can put down my summon sign and try to... While I'm waiting for, like, somebody to come by, maybe put down their summon sign or something. Like, I don't know. Something. Like, I just want in some form or another just to be able to just in one form or another beat this boss, and that will be that. You, sir, do you have an ember? I did not ask if you had a sword. I asked if you had a ember. You do not. Rats. This way to fame, to glory, and hopefully more embers. Oh, there's some tiny wings you got there. Would be a shame if they got cut even shorter. Stingy with items that they can't even use. I would like to point out 4% drop rate. 4. Actually, technically no. For the knights, it's 5. 5% drop rate. So, here's a question. You know, after all that's said and done, right? He had a firebolt. Where do I get one? Because apparently, technically 50-50, whether it drops or not. Don't think about it. Statistics. I don't want to think about it. It makes me very, very sad. So I just signed up for college, by the way. Just getting my associates in IT. Nothing too serious, but I'm really afraid of like the actual classes themselves, like IT stuff. I've been doing that for a long time. Like, I already have my security plus, like, I do fundamentals, A plus, like, I already know all this, right? It's just more review. I'm just afraid more of the, ooh, IT. Yeah, I'm one of those nerds, but I'm just waiting for them to be like, yeah, you gotta take advanced math, you gotta take advanced English. I'm just like, no, I don't want to. I'm majoring in graphic design personally. Anything that requires numbers, I'm out. I suck at math. Yeah, I'm in the same boat on that one. Coda, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? It's not that I even suck with numbers. It's just that I don't want to. Like, just genuinely, I don't want anything to do with math. So I'm sorry. I looked at Algebra 2 and I'm just like, I just, no. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I didn't want to torture myself with that. Math is just made up anyways. Technically, yes, but technically it's a very, like, archaic... Archaic is not the word, but, like, it's a very, like... Honestly, I'm curious what mechanical monstrosities you'll create now that you've discovered yet another mech lab. You think I haven't already created monstrosities? You think that I haven't already been messing with shit? Oh, you poor soul. I've already been messing a lot with it, and I'm planning to push MechWarrior a little bit more. Like, everyone seems to like it, and like I just happened to review like what my top like 12 streams, essentially what would fit on the first page in terms of views. So I'm like, I'm curious. 5 out of 12 streams that were on top were MechWarrior streams. Now you had some breakout streams, like my first Dark Souls stream, like I think it was either the first one or like the second one, ended up with like 3, almost 400 views, which is like fantastic, by the way. That is insane for a channel like mine. But more times than not, consistently, MechWarrior is what everyone seemed to like the most. I'm just like, I'm glad that that's the case. Because I want to go blow some stuff up. And keep in mind, I said the first Dark Souls, DS3, not so much. Like, I don't even think... It might have been in the top 20. I'm not 100% sure, but at that point, it's like... I don't know. I think it was interesting to see. That is all I'm really trying to say there. What do you have? You had of a Titanite shard. Dart, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? And that's over on the YouTube side of things. I have no idea about TikTok, to be completely real with you. So I look over at TikTok sometimes, I'm just like, it is a mess of It is a mess of functions, overlays, everything like that, so... None of you have a number. Absolutely none of you. You there, stand fast. Or in fact, please don't stand. Matter of fact, just get on the floor and do the dinosaur. Because somebody here is going to produce an ember. I at least want 2. The ember economy is in depression. Yeah, it really is, because I've been looking through here and $5%. I would say it's probably more like 6 or 7 because of the Shield of Want. I would say at best you're looking at 7% drop rate for an ember. Drew Sorsen, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? By the way, do you have any social media in case somebody wants to make fan art? Not pro or anything, but I wanted to try it. I like your mech suit design. I don't have any. Technically, I have Instagram, but I haven't logged into that in like a long time. The best way to reach out is to tag on the community posts. But I can definitely try to make sure the Instagram is back up. Like either that or like TikTok. TikTok works too. I don't know, TikTok's kind of been a one-stop shop. I have no idea how to use YouTube Community, but I'll give it a shot. So if you go to my profile, it should have the community tab towards the top, or like at least the recent posts, but and then you should be able to @ me or really anybody in the community. We should get it. I know Den tried to tag me earlier when they had their art done for their character. It was super cute, by the way. Like, I really like how that turned out. And I appreciate the thought of you wanting to do fan art. I really do appreciate it. Or just like the, I don't know, the gesture of it. Like, I really do appreciate it. I don't know. I am slowly losing my mind because various things, mostly because I have not seen an ember yet. Well, a second ember. Well, yes, we've had ember. What about second ember? By the way, what's this ember you're trying to get? It's this. It basically allows me to summon and whatnot. Which, yes, I have one. I'm going to have 2 on hand. Just in case anything goes wrong or I accidentally die and try to resummon. It basically enables online play. Titanite shard. So you need an item for online play? Damn. So, kind of. You need the Ember to be able to summon / like do co-op things, but if you want to do like invasions and whatnot, you can do those without needing the item. You will have to have either the red eye orb or the cracked red eye orb. I'm not entirely sure how you get the regular red eye orb. Matthew Watkins, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? So it just really all depends on what you're trying to do. My case, I just want to summon for a boss or be summonable. But it looks like we're gonna get one attempt. So I haven't seen another Ember yet. Thank heavens. Let's get out of here. I had a feeling that one was going to be an Ember. You can get me a whole bunch of lightning bolts, please.
Ashen.
And then I am going to travel back to the Lothric Castle. And then I'm going to switch out for the crossbow. And probably shouldn't be using the shield of want. I'm going to want the shield, crescent shield. It slightly increases my stamina recovery. So essentially it's a grass blossom without having grass blossom on you. I've basically refused to use any other shield in Dark Souls, at least the first Dark Souls, other than this one. I want to do a strength build one day, like a proper strength build, but I have yet to do that. I have yet to do that. See if we can summon for this. Otherwise, I mean, I'm going to put down my summon sign regardless, but Dark Souls is easy mode with the strength build. But it's fun. I have yet to experience that kind of build, which is so weird because like 90% of the time I do Dark Souls builds, I mostly go for like magic or like pyromancy or like crossbows here. usually like challenge run sort of things, but like magic has always been the easy mode I've seen. And literally I was just trying to send down the elevator so that way I could just not have to worry about that once I die. No, don't send me back down here. Oh dear. Oh. I don't know how it was my Elden Ring character. I remember fuses. It was... That was a... That art looked really good. Well, I'm glad I sent the elevator back down. I didn't think I was going to need it so soon. Did not think I was going to need it that quickly. Well, well, well. Alright, we're going to send this... Excuse me, we're going to send this back down. And hopefully this is the elevator that sends us up. You know, since we died on the other elevator, we'll just go right back up and everything will be fine. She says, with extreme copium. All right, let's go ahead and Ember. You can do it. I'm going to put my summon sign down, see if I can be summoned or summon for this fight. Like, I'm trying to see what I can do. I love how a modified version of crisscross applesauce is the way that we're going here. Pale Rider, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? Oh, there is somebody there. Time for an ally. Well, there's my sign right there. Can I write a message? Doesn't look like I can. I mean, there is somebody there. Great, yourself? I'm doing pretty good. I'm trying to see if I can take on this boss or be summoned for it, but I'm looking over there and yet... Oh, I am being summoned. Would you look at that, chat? PC, PC. All right, let's draw the fire off of them. Ooh, spicy. He's a spicy boy, he is. Nice. Let's go. How has the younger prince got that much health? Damn it. Oh, he's a pyro? Yeah. I tried everything I could to save him, but I don't think there was much saving him from that. Nice try. Man Bear Pig, welcome in on TikTok. How we doing today? Like, I was shredding, but there was no way I was gonna be able to save him from that. Like, phase 2 is rough. Phase 2 is rough on that front. I wonder if he had any embers left. Yeah, I'm thinking about waiting for him, seeing if he wants to reattempt that or somebody else ends up attempting this fight, because it's like one way or another, I want to see if we can beat it, like, in any shape or form. Love how I have healing aid still as like the one spell that I know. God Amongst Men, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? And hey, I'm just reading the username. I don't know if that's particularly true or what. I am just paid to read the usernames. Not really, but you know what I mean. I believe in you getting your victory. You know, I hope that that is the case, but considering that we had two people trying to take on Lothric, and then the younger one as well. I'm just kind of sitting there going, that's kind of bad. That's kind of bad considering the fact that he was doing decent damage, but the boss gets more health as soon as Isn't there a way to cheese, isn't there any way to cheese this boss? I don't know about that. If there is, I'm not 100% sure how to... Like, normally I would be the one to go for cheese, but... Sadly, I have no intel on this particular boss, other than just... If you had a powerful mage build, you could probably rip him apart pretty easily, but... His health pool is insane. His damage is good. Trying to, like, look through the fog gate, see if there's any... See what's going on over there, but... I don't know. I kind of want to be summoned again. It was fun. Whiskey VAVO, are you winning? No. As a matter of fact, well, we did beat Dragon Slayer, but now we're trying to face off against this one, the Twin Princes, and we're not doing too good. Trying to see if I can be summoned or if anyone else puts down their summon sign, but ruin their fade. I mean, I can take down the first phase just fine, but the second one, no, not at all. All right. Mora, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? I'm going to give this a few more minutes. Do we just want to go ahead and attempt this? Because I don't know if I'm getting summoned or not. If only I had a head. All right. That one was good. I am being summoned into another world as a phantom. Ooh. This is the run. Sadly, this doesn't count as progress for me. Just the host. But Souls co-op is the most fun that you can have. Souls game? Absolutely. Oh. Okay then. Lancer, welcome in on TikTok. How are we doing today? I don't know if I want to keep beating my head against the wall here. I don't know. Like, because, like, I am trying genuinely. Like, I'm not just trying to be like, oh, I don't like the contract and whatever. Like, I'm trying my hardest, and I was able to beat Dragon Slayer. You did your best, and sometimes giving a rest and trying later is the best option. Thing is, that I don't know if I want to come back to this. And like farm attempts for this. Because it's like the damage is there. I agree.
This spot marks our grave, but you may rest here too, if you like.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. There's repetition fatigue. Sometimes finding another enemy or doing something else can help. I get that. I do. Um, we have done that actually. Um, but the problem is that right now, those are the last two bosses of the game. Other than that, there's like DLC bosses and whatnot that we could fight, but again, I'm not ready for that. Quite frankly, I want to be done. So I normally don't do this this early, but I just bang my head against the wall here, and I think we need to be done. So I want to thank Super Saiyan Banana, Whiskey, Pear Rider. Let's see here. Crimson Wings, Imperial, Crippling, Deadpool, Luke Dimscool, 26, Bruh, Kimmy Malo, Angel Lee, Aizen. Let's see here. Lutex, Adam C, Philip. Let's see. Vivid Fuses, Mercury, and then Mashiva. I want to thank you all very much for coming by and enjoying this particular contract. This is the second, this would be number 2 that I have not completed. At some point I might return to it, but right now I just I am bashing my head against a wall and I am not enjoying myself. So I want to be very clear. I might be back at some point, but for this one, I think we're done here. So your friends are really fun to watch. Keep it up. I appreciate it. Thank you. And as always, this has been Call Sign Monica, signing out.